Hi BookTube, this is Lindsay from Lindsay Reads, and I'm joined again by my cat Winnie. It's cold and rainy outside, so she wants to cuddle, she wants to keep warm. She's typically on my lap a lot when I'm sitting down, because she's a lap cat, so she might be making a lot more appearances in my videos, as you can see. I hope your Friday is going well. Mine started very nicely. My boss let us all go early because of the weather. I work in a construction company, and due to all the rain, they can't work outside building houses. And so we all get to start our weekend just a little bit earlier. And so I hope your weekend is going well. I have a lot of reading planned, so let's get into what I'm going to be reading. The first book is The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. It's the first book in the Davabad trilogy, and I was reading this book on my lunch break, and I couldn't put it down. I was like, I have to go back to work. I did not want I wanted to keep reading. It's about, the main character's name is Nari, I think is how you pronounce her name, and she grows up in Cairo, Egypt, and she's like a con woman. She's living on the streets, and so she's doing anything possible to make money, and so including like pretending to do magic, and so she gets swept up, of course, into a magical realm, and she's living in the palace where everyone can do some sort of magic, and she has like healing powers that she's using to keep in good graces with the palace. And it's a fun and easy read. It's pretty fast paced with lots of action. And so those action scenes are just keeping me gripped. The next book I'm going to be reading is a reread for me. But it's in years ago, so I don't even remember everything that it was about. It's Deborah Harkness's A Discovery of Witches. This is the first book in the All Souls trilogy. I'm reading this one again because Times Convert came out last year. And I was interested in reading that, but because it's been so long since I read the first one, I don't think I even finished this trilogy. I think I read the first two, but I never read the third one, and so I want to refresh my memory before starting that new book. And I'll just read the description because, like I said, it's been years and years ago. I can't even remember everything. From what I remember it was about witches, of course, and like relationships she has with a vampire, I think. That's all I really remember. So I'm just going to read the description. Deep in the stacks of Oxford's Bodleian Library, young scholar Diana Bishop unwittingly calls up a bewitched alchemical manuscript in the course of her research. Descended from an old and distinguished line of witches, Diana wants nothing to do with sorcery. So after a furtive glance and a few notes, she banishes the book to the stacks. But her discovery sets a fantastical underworld stirring, and a horde of daemons, witches, and vampires soon descend upon the library. Diana has stumbled upon a coveted treasure, lost for centuries, and she is the only creature who could break its spell. So that's my reread of this weekend. And the next book is a book I've been working on this whole month of February, and I'm going to continue on with the rest of the month of February, is The Huestis Diamonds by Anthony Trollope. I haven't gotten too much farther in this book. It's been a couple days since I picked it up. But I am so behind on Steve Donohue's read-along. He's doing the 20 chapters a week, and he's wrapping them up each Sunday. And I'm on like chapter 25 or 30, so I'm way behind. So I'm hoping to do some catch-up. So far, Lady Huestis still has those diamonds, and she does not want to let them go, despite the lawyers and the family really wanting those diamonds back. And it's causing her a lot of grief. And she's kind of regretting her decision, but she's still so stubborn. She's not, she's keeping them in her hands. And so that's who we focused on mainly so far. But from what I hear, it's going to branch off into focusing on characters from the previous Palliser books. This next book is a romance book because for Valentine's Day I wanted to read a romance, and this is just one I happened to see available at my library. It's Jodi Thomas's Ransom Canyon. It's the first book in the Ransom Canyon series. I haven't read this author before, but like I said, I just saw a book available under the romance genre, so I thought this one would be good to go with I like romances that are like an amalgamation of different things, not just focused on two people. And so this one, from the description, it like the landscape, it's kind of like a character in the series, and it's also about, I think it's 4 generations or 4 family groups, 4 families. And so I like how it's not just focused on 2 characters. You know, you're getting a lot more background and a lot more attention to everything, not just like their relationship. And it's a remote West Texas town where family can be made by blood or by choice. And so this will be an interesting read for me. So yeah, these are the 4 books I'm planning to read. Well, I'm going to hopefully finish 3 of them, even though Discovery Witches is a pretty big book. So wish me luck. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what you're planning to read this weekend. So yeah, see you soon. Thanks, BookTube.